What is up, everybody? It is MetroGame75 here today, and today we're playing Stolen Wife. This is part 3, so since we hit 10 likes again on this video, I'm doing another part 3 of this, and thank you guys for over 1,000 views on part 2. I'm surprised you guys actually want this. But anyways, let's get right into the video. Anyone interested in coming was free to join this trip. They had to cut a bit of their budget to accommodate so many people. Hey, how's it going, partner? Hikami shows up as if to replace Akane. He approaches walking a bit off balance. He's good with alcohol, so it's weird to see him like this. Where's Akane? She's helping out with the drinks. That's no good. A woman shouldn't leave their husband and go around the place serving other men. How disgraceful. What are you saying? Are you drunk? Yeah, a little bit. We're doing some drinking games with the guys over there, and I haven't been drinking at all ever since Saki got pregnant. I see. Hikami's wife was around the 3rd month of pregnancy. There's probably was a lot more that he had to be taking care of all the time. I'm free from obligations as a husband right now, so I'm gonna let loose and drink all night. Is it okay to be saying things like that? Just gotta be somewhat moderate, and I still love Saki, so it's all good. You're definitely drunk. They laugh and take sips of their drinks. It was only Akiro's 2nd cup, but he was already starting to feel tipsy. So, what about you? What do you mean, kids? Are you thinking of having any kids? Oh, well, that's kind of hard to say, but well, we think that maybe it's about time, but Akane won't do anything if you don't act up first. You need to be the one to lead the relationship forward. And how do you know that? It's what I've learned from watching you guys together. Don't you remember how you had to ask me for advice when you wanted to lose your virginity with her? Alright, enough about this. Come on, just keep drinking. Oh, right, I will go. I'm dealing with drunks either way. Akira pours more beer for Akami. Oh boy. Well, I guess we're going to see what's going to happen next. Stolen Wife. Cucked on a hot spring company trip. It's like some episode that it's like we're watching some anime. Well, a hentai I would say, and hentai, something like that. But anyways, 3 hours go by. This is too much. It's just like a college drinking party. Because they know that they have no responsibility tomorrow. This is what white-collar employees are like. After the party was over, there were some people passed out in the hall. Most people knew when to stop, but the ones who kept drinking until it was over ended up that way. Don't drink too much, guys. Drinking is bad for you. It reminded Akane of drinking parties she was in during her days as a student. Thank you so much for helping out to the end of it, Miss Akane. She politely bowed to Akane. She had only met her that morning, but Akane could only already see how earnest she was. Haven't been to an event like this in a while, so I wanted to see it to the end, too. Throughout the night, Akane took the orders, served food and drinks, and even took a few complaints. Oof. Before she knew it, she followed along until he had gotten that way. You worked so hard tonight. Damn. I think you deserve to at least get paid. I'll talk to the staff about it. You don't have to. Everyone already paid for the travel expenses.
それは全員同じ条件です。それに
Everyone should be under the same condition, and also, Mai looks at the room and sighs.
きちんと請求していただくと、もう一仕事が頼みやすくなりますから。
There's still something left for us to do.
もう一仕事？
What do you mean?
はい。この酔っ払いども、なんとかそれぞれの部屋へ帰らせます。
Oh boy, this is gonna be bad. I'm afraid we'll have to take all the drunk people left here to their respective rooms.
ああ、それは。
Akane, dejected, looks at all the passed out people around her. Quite an arduous task. Akane and Mai look at each other and laugh in frustration.
では、寝ている人を起こして部屋に戻るよう声をかけてください。どうしても起きないものはこちらで対処します。
Well then, wake them up and tell them to return to their rooms. I'll deal with the ones that won't get up.
わかったわ。
Alright. It wasn't just Akane and Mai. The inn staff was also there, as well as some other guests who weren't as drunk. They couldn't even begin to clean up before they took care of everyone there. As a favor for the inn staff, Akane kept collaborating. And though it was bothersome, she also enjoyed the feeling like she was young again. Back then, when they were students, the one taking care of the ones who had too much drink would usually be Akane, who didn't drink too much, and Hikami, who had a high alcohol resistance. Akira, on the other hand, couldn't handle his alcohol.
で、秋広？
Uh-oh. Oh, hey. Akane. Hey, Akira. Akane's here. Time to go. Ugh. Akira had passed out. Next to him, Akame was still drinking. Oh, man. Is it over already?
とっくにお開きよ。ここ借りられる時間30分も過ぎてるって。
It's been over for a while now. We are over 30 minutes past the reserve time. Now that I look around, this looks more like a hospital rather than a party.
はははじゃないわよ。あなたもさっさと自分の部屋に戻りなさい。
It's not funny. You should get back to your room, too. Don't tell me you're taking care of the drunkards yet again. Hikami still shows his alcohol resistance by quickly grasping the situation and laughing about how familiar it was. I could take care of Akira then. I'll just throw him into his room.
布団ぐらい敷いてあげてよね。ひかみくんは大丈夫なの？
Put him in bed at least. Will you be okay, Akame? I can handle Akira. Come on, buddy. Time to go. Yeah. Got it. Akane sees them go off with troubled expressions on her face. Hikami was stumbling a little, but he seemed lucid enough. They should be fine on their own.
龍崎くん、起きなさい。まったく。私ではあなたを支えるのは無理ですよ。
Out of everyone here, the heaviest guy, nobody can even take this man to his room. Either just wake him up or just roll him. That's the only option you got. Roll him or just wake him up. Ryuzaki, wake up. Seriously, I can't carry on my own. Mai was calling out to Ryuzaki, who was flat on the floor snoring. He was fast asleep with no reaction to Mai, a real nuisance. Looking around, it seems that most people had already been taken care of. The only ones left were the ones who were dead drunk and wouldn't wake up. They could only yell directly into their ears or just drag them. Akane looks around to see who's left out. Ah, perfect. Lend me your shoulder. She hears a voice she didn't really want to hear. Oh boy. Excuse me, ma'am. I might have had a bit too much. Why this guy?
いいえ、お気になさらず。
Don't worry.
お部屋は305号室でいいんですよね。
Don't worry. Room 305, right? Akane lends him her shoulder and heads towards his room. She didn't want to have to deal with him after that happened that day, but there was no one else close by at the moment, and he was someone important in his husband's office. As nobody said anything at the time, she could tell what kind of power he had. it was the best not to get on his bad side. So she decided to act responsibly and help him out. Yeah, 305. You can see the hot spring chimney from the window. Yeah, it's all red, red. Onishima spouts some drunken nonsense. At least he could walk well enough, but he would continually stumble back and forth. Akane had to help him nonetheless. Onishima was a hefty man. He could not stand on his own like that. Akane would have no chance of carrying him by herself.
年の割にがっしりしてる。昔は何かスポーツでもやってたのかな。
He's quite sturdy for someone his age. Maybe he used to do a lot of sports. Could be. The way she was supporting him, she could really feel his body. His muscles felt much harder than Akiro's. She felt as if she was carrying a bag of rocks. Sorry, I'm just messing around. Finally, Onishima lets go of her as if nothing happened. Him being half asleep was, of course, an act the whole time.
あなたって人は。
Akane glares his way as she fixes her yikuta. Come on, it's not as if you have never had a man on you. That was just a bit of a physical intimacy, that's all. After that overbearing statement, he turns his back on her. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone about your... Bro, so many good stuff here I could say, but, you know, demonetize. Akane is left astonished after hearing him speak. Anger and shame shook up her body, but there was nobody left there to take it out on. What the hell? Akane shouts to ease the loud beat of her heart. It was all she could do. Damn. This literally is a whole NTR anime. Well, game up at the moment. NTR stuff. Oof. There was nobody in open air bath. Perhaps it was getting a little late. He stays seated in the water. And enervated. Am I out of my mind? Shame and regret creep up on her. Akane feels horrible about herself. She quite literally runs away from the scene. Oh boy. Well, some dude came by to start smashing in the hot springs pond, and then that happened. Friggin' Ryuzaki, the big guy. In case you guys are wondering. Akane goes back in his room. He and Hikame went together to the hot spring, but soon decided to come back. While he was asleep, Akane was idly sitting to his side. Oh, did I wake you up? Nah. Though she was doing nothing but looking over him, he seemed to have awakened. Akira greets her with a soft smile. You came back.
とっくに。今何時だと思ってるの?
Long ago. What time do you think it is? He checks his phone. It was 2 a.m. 2 hours had gone by after he got back from the bath with Hikami. Sorry.
いいわよ。会社の付き合いもあるだろうし、あそこで飲むなってのも無理よね。
It's fine. Drinking goes hand in hand with hanging out with your coworkers. In a place like this, I won't nag about it. Well, I guess. Akane smiles and heads to the futon as well.
私もそろそろ寝ようと思うけど、あなたは？頭とか痛かったりする?
I was thinking of sleeping out, but how do you feel? Do you have a headache or anything? No, I feel fine. I'm gonna continue to sleep too.
そう。じゃあ、
I see.
おやすみなさい。
Good night, then. Akira could see a hint of anguish in her expression, but he couldn't ask about it. And with that, the first of the trip came to an end. It was pretty rough for his wife. She had to go do this and that. Whereas for the... It's crazy though. The second day of the trip. After having breakfast, Hyakuru and Akane strolled around the vicinity of the inn before returning Around noon, there wasn't much to see, but they found what seemed like a small street with gift shops. They looked around the shops for a while.
ああいうお店って大したものは売っていないのに不思議と魅力的に見えるのよね。
And they didn't sell anything particularly interesting, but they were very charming. Yeah, when I buy souvenirs and such, I always go back home and ended up wondering why I even bought them.
そうそう、つけるあてもないキーホルダーとか。
Right? Akane looked a bit pale in the morning, but she seemed to be in higher spirits now. Good. Good seems like she's feeling better now. Last night, Akira had been drinking without her and didn't hear anything about what she's been through. She said it was nothing to worry about, but Akira thought it was rude to leave her to that. Other than that, he couldn't think of any reason as to why she was like that in the morning.
ああ、ここにいましたか、高取さん。
Ah, there you are, Takatori. Mai shows up. It appears she has been looking for Akira.
あかねさんも昨日はありがとうございました。大変だったでしょ。
Oh, and Miss Akane, thank you for your help yesterday. And was it too rough?
いえ、まあそれなりには。
Ah, no, it was fine. Akane responds with a mumble. Did you need me for anything, Sonoda?
ああ、そうでした。課長が高取さんを探していまして。
Ah, yes, the department chief is looking for you, Takatori. The department chief? He wondered closely about what could it be that he needed while they were in a place like that. Akane looked at him with an expression that said not to worry about her. I should go see what they want with me, but I don't want to leave Akane by herself. Actually, for this time, let's just stay with her. I can't. Sorry, Zonoda. I want to ask you something first. Was it something important?
そうですね。試験ですが、大した用事だとは思いませんでした。
I can't tell for sure, but it didn't seem to be anything urgent. She guessed all the situation.
課長がいるのはレクリエーション用のレンタルルームです。おそらくですが、卓球の相手を探しているのではないかと。
He's in the recreation room, probably just looking for people to play table tennis with.
卓球?
Table tennis? Akane whispers with a slight tone of irritation. Akira felt the same. He didn't want to spend his time humoring his supervisors. Sonoda, can you tell them you couldn't find me?
わかりました。高取さんの気持ちもわかりますし、ここは一つ貸しにしましょう。
Alright, I understand. I'll do you this one favor. Akira lowers his head in gratitude, and Mai nods in response. She might be fed up with her superiors as well. Thank you, I owe you one. Mai excuses herself and leaves. Akane sees her go. Akira still with his head lowered.
園田さんってあまり表情を変えないけど、結構面白い人ね。
Sonoda's very expensive, but seems like a good person. Yeah, I guess she's got a kind of a unique personality. Keeping in mind that they wanted to avoid the department chief, Akira started wondering about where to go next.
なら庭園でも見て回る？池とかもあるって聞いたわよ。
How about going to the garden? I heard there's a nice pond there. The garden? Sure, I haven't been there yet. The inn had a garden built next to it. It was pretty unlikely they would see the department chief there. Then let's continue our walk heading that way. The garden was far bigger than what they anticipated, and it was surrounded by trees in an open, leveled area. This area is not too bad. This is a pretty good area for a spot like this. Very big. It's like I'm playing one of those Sakura games where I'm in the forest. Probably Sakura Forest Girls. Kind of gets the feel of it. There was an elegant pond where carp swam freely. Walking close to it called the attention of the fish, as if they were expected to be fed.
ごめんね。餌はないの。
Sorry, I have nothing to give you. They push into each other so much. Reminds me of a crowded train. Akane gives that out of place impression. And as they were relaxing like that, hey there, ma'am. Thank you for last night. Onishima calls out to them as they were strolling. Akane forces a fake smile on her face without thinking. Ah, hello, President Onishima. Did something happen with my wife? Not much. I was nearly passed out from drinking and she took me to the room. Ah, I see. Akira nods, oblivious to what really transpired that night. Sorry about that. Taking care of the drunkards must have been tough.
いえ、そんな。鬼島さん、足腰はしっかりしていらしたから。
Well, you were not so out of it, Mr. Onishima. Is that so?
ええ、とても。
That's right. Akira wasn't sure about what was going on, but he didn't ask for details either. Well then, I'll be on my way. I'll be counting on you again next time I drink, ma'am. Onishima leaves with a hearty laugh. Akira glances in Akane's direction. Did something happen?
別に。ただあの人のノリが苦手だなって思って。
Nothing really. I just don't think I can get along with that man. Yeah, I get that. He can be kind of a bigot. Pretend I never said that.
私だから良かったけど、社会人として良くないんじゃないかな、今の発言は。
It'd be a different story if I said that, but someone who works in that company like you. Come on, don't tease me like that. But yeah, I shouldn't be saying things like that. Though it was empty at the time, they were still within the confines of the inn. Anyone could be listening. Can't be bad-mouthing an important client like that. Let's keep walking for a while. Akane nods and they continue to their leisure stroll around the garden. Oh man. Well, thankfully. Oh, look at this. Hey, you guys are back. Where were you? The garden. We were just taking a walk. Doing some boring stuff as usual, you two. There's nothing fun to do around here. I'm so bored. How about visiting the little town here? There are some nice shops around. But they are all gift shops and such, right? I'm not interested.
ひかみくん、さきさんにお土産ぐらい買っていきなさいよ。仕方ないとはいえ、奥さんを置いて旅行に来てるんだから。
You should at least buy some souvenirs for Saki. Or are you even really going to go back home from a trip empty-handed? Souvenirs, huh? I think she'd be happy if I just buy her some accessory, to be honest. You just cut to the chase, huh? And Kami's wife, Saki, was someone both Akira and Akane knew, a bright, somewhat childish woman. She was different from the kind of woman would usually date Akira and would never have imagined he would marry someone like that. She can get pretty serious, that wife of mine. As they were talking, Akira noticed a shadow approaching from the corridor. Alright everybody, that's the end of this video everyone. So if we get 10 likes again on this video, I will do another one, part 4 of this series again. I'm surprised you guys actually enjoyed this. Well anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my social media links down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one.